Welcome back to the Michael Cohen Show on our journey to 250,000 subscribers. So do me a favor, don't unsubscribe. In fact, you want to subscribe and share with a friend because there's just so much to talk about. And I want to talk about the economy, all right, that Trump will inherit on January 20th of 2025. Now, last night on Abby Phillips' show, that was CNN, Julie Rodzinski said this about how Trump will act after the inauguration. Really interesting. Play the clip.
The economy that Scott has been rolling his eyes at under Joe Biden at 12:01 p.m. on January 20th, Donald Trump and every Republican out there is going to say it's the greatest economy on the face of this earth, and they will be celebrating how fantastic it is, right? So the prediction number one. Prediction number two is that if there's a Trump Tower Shanghai, or Ivanka gets a few more patents, or something happens in China and the Trump family, the Kushners get to build some sort of resort, those China tariffs will probably not come to fruition. Because if there's one thing we know about Donald Trump, there's one thing that Saudi Arabia knows about Donald Trump, there's something that Qatar knows about Donald Trump, something the Chinese and the Russians know about Donald Trump. If you make it worth his while financially, all the promises on the tariffs and everything else will magically disappear, and they know that.
Tara, do you...
Look, this is one of those scenarios. I can't disagree with her, but I won't agree with her as long as it's not independent for his benefit. But here's the problem. I have an issue, as do 27 top economists in this country have a real issue as it relates to tariffs. Now, again, everybody's talking about hypothetical. Will he do it? Won't he do it? Will he even impose the tariffs? Remember, he tried that in 2017. You remember that ultimately he ended up waiving tariffs on basically everything that he ended up putting tariffs on. I'll give you an example. In fact, in Canada, who's a major producer for this country of aluminum, all of a sudden soda and aluminum products were becoming too expensive. So what did he do? He gave them a waiver because he didn't want the production to stop. He didn't want distribution. He didn't want the economics associated to it to stop. But again, we don't even know whether he's really going to do it. There was so much tough talk that went on during the campaign. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Quite frankly, they're going to take care of it. And will he inherit? Listen, right now, at 44,000 plus, the stock market is at an all-time high. Come January 25th, that economy goes from Joe Biden's economy to Donald Trump's economy. Look, everybody's saying to me, why are you saying some positive things about Trump? I'm not saying positive or I'm not saying negative. I am calling it out for what it is. It's factual. The president of the United States controls the benefit of whether it's a good economy or a bad economy. His job, by the way, his job is going to be to keep the stock market, to keep the economy roaring along. Maybe some of the things that he does takes it into the opposite direction. The economists believe that by adding tariffs, he's going to tank the economy. He's going to tank it. And I can tell you one thing, the plurality of Americans that voted for him are going to be really fucking pissed, yours included. This is reminiscent, for example, of what Trump did when he inherited Obama's economy. And this is what former President Obama said recently when he was on the campaign trail for Kamala Harris about this topic. Play the clip.
And then, don't boo. I'm going to break you of this habit. And the reason some people think, well, I don't know, I remember that economy when he first came in being pretty good. Yeah, it was pretty good, because it was my economy. We had 75 straight months of job growth that I handed over to him. It wasn't something he did. I had spent 8 years cleaning up the mess that the Republicans had left me the last time. So just in case everybody has a hazy memory, He didn't do nothing except those big tax cuts.
Yeah, listen, maybe the tax cuts were helpful in terms of keeping the economy roaring. I don't know. What I do know is that 27 economists have again stated that tariffs, especially the way that Trump and his team are talking about it, which is completely misunderstood by the mass majority of this country. Oh, yeah, no, China's going to pay the tariff. Oh, yeah, Thailand's going to pay the tariff. Oh, Canada will pay the tariff, all right? Indonesia's going to pay the tariff. Morocco's going to pay the tariff. Everybody's going to pay the tariff. No, and no. We're going to pay the tariff. How, you may say? Because the cost of the goods will increase. It's just that simple. If the cost is $1 in order to produce a good, and that was prior to the tariff, and now there's 100% tariff or even a 50% tariff onto it, that $1 good is no longer $1. Let's say it's $1.50 to take as an example. Well, who's going to make up that 50 cents? You think that the manufacturer is going to lose his profit and maybe even then some? Bullshit. To the reseller, he ends up charging more. So if the guy bought 100 units, normally it would be $100. Now it's $150. He passes the cost on to the purchaser. Well, now all of a sudden, remember, you got to bring it to the United States. You have your costs, you have your duties, you have tax. On top of that, you have to then, run your own company. So now that $1.50 cost to manufacture it, maybe before they were selling it to, us at $2, right? Making their 100% markup. Now they have to sell it at $3 plus. So once again, my friends, who's paying for the tariffs? We are. And this again is a problem with the Democrats. This is our problem. This is our fault. Our messaging sucks. Why is it that message was not out there for everyone to understand? Simplicity. Tell it simply the way it is. I can't tell you the number of people that said, tariffs have nothing to do with me, nothing to do with me. You don't understand then the concept of what the tariff is and what it's going to do. So those people that say, yeah, but then we'll start manufacturing more in the United States, bullshit. Because to manufacture that facility and to staff it would still cost you more than $1. Don't you understand? We're getting cheap labor and cheap goods, and that's what we buy every single day. So lastly, I want to show you this clip from Abby Phillips' show where Catherine Rampell said that the best thing Trump can do for the economy, for the country, is just to play golf and take credit for the inherited economy. Play the clip.
Tariffs, lots of tariffs. The 2017 tax cuts, he'll extend those. And taxes, gone on things like tips, payroll taxes, and income. Tara is back with us at the table. He's got a lot of things that he's planning on doing. And to Scott's point, he's feeling emboldened. He believes that he has a mandate and he wants to do it immediately. What would the impact of doing all of these things be if it is done as he wants it to be done right away?
It would be terrible. All of the things that are his priorities, whether it's global tariffs, deporting 10 to 20 million people, politicizing the Fed, devaluing the dollar, all of those things would be inflationary and or cause the economy to crash. I think the very best thing Trump could do is nothing at all. Go out, play golf, take credit for the economic trends that we already have that are already quite strong. Wages have been outpacing inflation for over a year, for example. Inflation has come down a lot. GDP growth has been robust quarter after quarter. Just take credit. Take credit for the economy he inherited and do nothing else. And that's the best possible outcome we can hope for.
No, it's not. By the way, I disagree. It's not the best result that we can hope for. The best result is that he actually puts competent people in there that do things that benefit the American people, our economy, and the country, right? To sit there and let him go play golf and don't put anybody and then just allow the economy to keep churning, that's not growing. That's not how you grow your GDP. I mean, it's a sort of backhanded slap in the fact that he is going to inherit, this is factual, he is going to inherit a strong and a good economy. Can it be made better? Anything could be made better. This is the point I'm trying to make to you, my friends. And it's why I say do not unsubscribe, subscribe, and share with a friend, because there's so much for us to talk about. And right now, over the course of the next 69, 70 days before the inauguration, everybody has an opinion on something that you don't even know what's going to happen. We don't know who's going to be running things. We don't know what their agenda is. And the agenda that was discussed during the campaign, you got to wait to see whether that's actually an agenda that he's going to put forward. Or does Donald Trump do what Donald Trump has historically done? Change his mind, change his opinion, and move in a totally different direction? We don't know. See you soon. Hey, everyone. First of all, thanks for watching. I mean, we're going to be posting daily episodes with reactions and talking about politics. We'll be talking about everything, in fact. So please like and subscribe. Join us on this journey.